Hello and welcome to another edition of After the Whistle, Wednesday, November 6th, 2024. What's going on, people? I mean, I'm here, Todd's here.
Yep.
I guess there won't be no civil war.
You know, I've been out the loop of all that.
Because there's going to be a civil war if a certain candidate won and a certain candidate didn't. It's all good. I'm just glad this thing's over so I can stop getting these emails and text messages, man. Those things are starting to get on my last nerves about the election. But one thing I will say about this election and this result, and what it's taught me, one thing, a lot of y'all don't mind going back to y'all exes. That's one thing. And the second is the women empowerment, the so-called women empowerment movement that, you know, people be throwing in our faces and be so, I'm all for women empowerment. They had two chances to really show women empowerment and they were like, nah, we good. In a big way too, so
I mean,
that's what I took from it.
You said they don't mind going back to their exes, or they just tolerate the nonsense and just deal in the marriage. You know, some people would say cheaper to keep her, or vice versa.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, us as a country, we don't really have a backbone. Let's be real. As a country, we let other countries tell us what's cool. And we just let other countries come over here and dictate how we do things or something. It's just, I'll be honest, bro. That's why we got these sayings like all talk and certain things. Because, like, bro, our country is based on that. Like,
right.
Most people don't stand firm when they say certain things.
Yeah. There's a lot of things to like unpack. I mean, I could do a whole politic episode of it, but there's a lot of things to unpack. But what also we unpack is just like a lot of people were just they went on social media and on TV just lying about who they were going to vote for. They was just lying and lying.
And my thing is, your track record don't matter anymore.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
But we're raised that our track record does matter.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like what you do in the past does affect your future and present, things of that nature. And that man's an awful businessman, person. And they just, here you go.
Somebody put it best, like a lot of people want to be like him because of, you know, he's been in the public eye for so long. The power, the money is one thing. And the ability to get away with anything, and that's the other thing. And you know, this is like a lot of people. That's like what they want. They always want to have the money and the power and get away with doing crazy stuff or just get away with anything.
We had this conversation. I say this a lot. There's certain cultures that know what we're allowed to do. White folks don't know what they're not allowed to do until they're arrested. We already talked about this, bro. I was hoping I never had to say this on camera, but I didn't know I couldn't do that. Like, what do you mean you didn't know you couldn't do that? Everybody else knows.
Put that in the book.
Like, let's be real.
That goes in the next book of
So you're saying all the people want to be like him? We know who exactly wants to be like him.
I remember it was a Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle did I think it was on his show, he did a skit like that where he was talking about he was driving with his white friend and his white friend was speeding and then got pulled over and then he said to the cops like, "Officer, I didn't know I could do that."
Bro, I'm telling you, like, we're the only ones that are raised at an early age and, like, we're prepared to go out in the world by our parents and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And so we just seen the epitome of the United States.
Yeah. Well, everybody, protect your energy. I mean, it happened. This isn't, I mean, it's going to be whatever. It is what it is. I mean, just...
And I'm not on either side. I didn't even get involved in that this term, so.
Yeah. Oh, and lastly, like the other side, they didn't help themselves either. It was just, I mean, you can't wait till the last minute of a wedding to say, I don't want to get married. That's kind of what it was when he decided, when current President Biden decided he's not going to run. It was like, you could have said this a year ago, but you said it last minute. You announced it last minute, so it's kind of like it was almost time to get married, and you like.
Everybody was cracking jokes about how, what's the word I'm looking for? Inadequate?
Old.
Old, like he just didn't look like he could even do the job.
I mean,
and once again, there should be age requirements. Or just see how the man moves and how he interacts and how he handles things. Like you can be old and have a young soul and be able to still do the job. But at that age, and growing up in the times he grew up in, he's old. Like he ain't a young old. We know some old young guys around here, but like he's old. Like
he been through some things. I put you on the cutoff age. If the requirement to be president, you gotta be 35. Then you'd be a requirement where you gotta
work at Walgreens.
Yeah.
You gotta be at CVS. Can't say the Christmas tree shop because they got rid of that. That's a trampoline place now. I heard it's dope too. Or have a business. Oh, you know what I mean? Like
right. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, we know we as Patriots fans are in the business of not really expecting to win every game. But
I was excited.
It was, when you text me about what happened, I literally, because I went downstairs to talk to my mom about something, and it was like 30 seconds after I went downstairs when you text me that happened. I was like, I missed all this in the 30 seconds, but quite the effort. Did you see that one offensive lineman on the pass? He just wasn't blocking nobody. He was just like, looking around.
I'll be honest, I caught this game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, look right there, number 74.
Oh yeah, Def. Yeah. But I ain't gonna lie, right there, that was impressive.
Yeah, that was.
I ain't gonna lie, I did think Todd Brady, for a split second.
Yeah, Brady would have thrown that ball to the ground.
Or the back of the end zone.
Yeah, or got sacked.
But now honestly, I like that. I'm just worried for him. I'm just worried they can't protect him. That's why it's like, you want him to get those reps in, but you want to save him because you can see he can do some things. But why the man throwing the ball 40, almost 50 times? Like, if you got a young quarterback out there who you want to get comfortable, you gotta run the ball.
Gotta run the ball, and it's just, and like, you gotta. It's all. They say football teams, good to great football teams, they're built from the trenches, and which is offensive and defensive line. Patriots' offensive line is just not good. They're just not good. It's when he drops back, there's somebody in his face as soon as he drops back. He doesn't have that much time to make a play down the field. And the only issue I have with the pass in overtime is there's no deep threat at receiver. Like, I know he was trying to make the play, but there's no receiver you could just be like, oh, he down there somewhere, oh, he gonna make a play, and that was my only thing. But he needs to be protected.
Yeah. I mean, I told you, like, when he threw that interception, I was like, that's expected. You know what I mean? That's expected. You got him to OT. Him winning that game would have been very impressive.
They should have went for 2.
Yes, this is true. And once again, I'm surprised they was that close with 3 turnovers that game. Yeah. So it was like they did everything in their power to lose the game.
Yeah. And I just don't like the fact they lost to Mason Rudolph. I forgot he was still in the league.
That's the man got smacked with the helmet, right?
Yeah.
That's all I know Rudolph for 2 things. Santa and getting smacked with a helmet. Because you want to sack whack people. What's wrong with you, man? Yeah, we ain't gonna victimize him. He was the villain.
He was He was definitely the antagonist.
There you go, that word right there. He started it.
Hey, as someone else said, if someone is swinging something like that at you, that means you must have really violated.
I've never seen that ever happen. And he's twice the size of Rudolph.
Yeah.
So he's twice your size, and he hits you with a helmet, bro.
Yeah, looking back at it, Rudolph was acting like he wanted smoke with him too. And I'm like, you see the size of that dude's arms?
Like, there's nothing wrong with thinking that you can beat anybody.
Right.
But you got to come to reality at some point.
Yeah.
The man gets paid to throw you around. Like, legit.
Yeah. He got arms like, oh, yeah. Yeah. Got arms like Juggernaut.
And then you already know what it's like to get hit by him.
Yeah.
Like, full body. You don't want to feel just a arm, fist, knuckles. What?
You know what? Sometimes some people need to get knocked outside.
Nah,
their
he
head.
needed that whooping.
Yeah.
He needed that whooping, but he didn't get it, unfortunately.
Yeah. No, he didn't get it because he missed. He missed when he swung that helmet. That was the saving grace. He lucky he missed.
But somebody probably talked to him after that. They probably sat him down and was like, yo, you know he squats but he benches?
Like, you know that's Juggernaut over there, man. He would have broke you in two.
Yeah, he really would have.
The Kansas City Chiefs just keep on winning. 8-0. People talking about they might go undefeated in the regular season. The way they're playing offensively and defensively. And looking at the schedule.
So the Chiefs keep on chiefing? They want all the smoke.
But the Bucks, overtime. You gotta get a stop, yo. You gotta get a stop, or go for two. Go for two. I don't care. Playing against the Chiefs, I'm going for two. Just because you know overtime, if they get the ball, they gonna go. Mahomes is going down the field and scoring.
I ain't gonna lie. You seen that meme with Baker when he won the coin toss? When Mahomes won the coin toss, you see he was like this. He was just like, oh my God, because he knew.
Yeah.
He knew, and there's only a few teams like in the NFL that if you got them tied in the fourth, into the fourth, you have to go for the win.
Right.
You have to go for the win. And I think the amount of Super Bowls they got in the past 5 years should have told you go for the win. But they got three.
They got three. Looking to go four. Looking to go three in a row. Yeah. You gotta
What?
go for the two, man. You gotta go for the two. They're too well offensively. They're too seasoned offensively.
And remember, the Buccaneers, they don't got their best receiver.
Godwin's hurt.
Evans is hurt.
Evans was hurt?
Yeah, he's hurt too, I think.
Oh, snap. Oh.
Yeah, so it's like you don't have two of your primetime weapons,
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
and you're that close, you have to go for the win.
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to do in overtime?
Pray.
Like,
Pray.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs are, hey man, 8-0 right now, looking real good midway point to the season. At this point of the season, we already know, we've already got enough, enough data and enough to know who's playing for what and who's getting ready to tank for Travis. Maybe should do it. I don't know, but definitely for Travis. I know who's not tanking for Travis is the Lions. Ooh, these boys out here. So somebody pointed it out. The Lions, they shown that they could win indoors with the nice weather, and they could go outside in the rain, and they could win outside, and they could play smash mouth football because they are built to play in any type of weather. And that running attack, that running game, Jared Goff is playing well. He should be in the MVP conversation when that comes around. But that running game of the Lions, that's what really be beating teams up. That's what be getting teams hurt.
Yeah, man.
Thunder and lightning.
Shout out to Goff, man. He had to get out that. What you call the Matrix? Call California the Matrix, man. He had to come to reality, and he's seeing how, I want to say, being in cold areas, we take things a lot more serious.
Right. Toughens you up.
Huh? It does toughen you up, man. It forces your mental, forces you to be mentally strong. I don't know what it's like to play football outside in the cold, in the rain, but I don't even like just standing out in the rain.
Right.
So you playing a sport in the rain, you got to be mentally tough.
And the thing is with their offense too, they're not having them throw a bunch of passes. They have a well-balanced attack. This one, he only had 22 attempts, no turnovers, 32 carries between the running backs, 17 for Montgomery, 11 for Jamari Gibbs, and And the playmakers outside, it's like they try to get the ball out quick, they get it to those guys, and they use their speed. So the Lions right now are the best team in the NFC. I don't see any other team right now in the NFC that's really playing at the level they're playing right now.
I told you about, man, Gamble Campbell, man. Old traditional football. Think about it. He's trying to make the running backs a household name once again.
Right. And November, December, that's when you need those running backs. Though that's when you need it, especially in the division they play in, because they go Green Bay, then you go outdoors again to Chicago. You're gonna need those running backs. So, hey man, 7-1 Detroit Lions, or there's a possibility that there might be a Ravens, a Baltimore, Detroit Super Bowl in New Orleans. Baltimore, Black City.
Yep.
Detroit, very black city.
Yeah, you're right.
New Orleans. So you're gonna have two cultures two cities that like to show out.
Yeah, you're right. You ain't lying about
Possibly
that.
going to New Orleans for the Super Bowl. The Chiefs might have a son to saying that because they're in the mix as well. But the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, I think at this point they might as well give him the MVP because it looks too easy out there for him.
Especially when he got bang running things hit by him, feel like hit by a crane.
Yeah.
So well-balanced offense, man. Like remember, all they was missing was the running game. They got the best weapon you could have,
like weapon X for real.
in the backfield. So yeah, man, like. I like Lamar only throwing 19 passes for 280.
Yeah.
Like that's impressive right there. So if they can keep this going, it's gonna be an interesting playoff.
And this was the fourth or fifth time in Mahomes' career that he's had a perfect passer rating.
You mean Jackson?
Yeah, Lamar.
I didn't know if you was comparing him to Mahomes.
Oh no. This is I think he has 5, which is I think that's number 1 in the history of the NFL. 5 games with perfect passer rating.
So how many incompletions do you get? You're allowed because you went 16 for 19. How do you get to
that? I don't know, but.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you saying this game here it was perfect or?
Yeah, the passer rating was perfect. Yeah, 158.3 is the passer rating. That's a perfect passer rating.
How?
I don't know how they do the passer rating.
That's all I want to know. What's the You're allowed to have 4 completions and then it drops. You know what I mean? Because he had 3, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I think there's a certain number of incompletions or so, and it's So I think it's certain number.
Because I'm thinking perfect passing rating, you go 100%.
But yeah, there's a lot of people. So the Ravens right now, they're poised. It's looking like them, Baltimore, and Buffalo. Those are the 3 teams that are going to be the best teams in the AFC and in the conversation to head to the Super Bowl. But the season Lamar is having, if he gets another MVP, that'll be his 3rd one. And if they are able to make the Super Bowl and win it, there's going to be a lot of people that need to have a serious conversation about Lamar Jackson that don't want to have that conversation about Lamar Jackson as a quarterback, and because they're still, Lamar Jackson's he's not the quarterback, the prototype quarterback that people are used to. He got the hair out, he got the chains during the post game. He just a free spirit, and he's not what your prototypical franchise quarterbacks look like, and he's doing it in a way that was doubted when he came in the league.
I mean, we all got to just understand that things change with time.
Right.
So, people are allowed to have your traditional quarterbacks. Now that's kind of almost extinct. Almost since then, you got your Goffs, your Allens. You know what I mean? You're always gonna have some powerful big quarterbacks who aren't as mobile. I'm not saying Allen. I'm saying that's the traditional quarterbacks, the big guy, not as mobile, like 6'5", 6'4", 6'6", with a rocket arm. Now you got guys that aren't as big, but they're way more effective. You know what I mean? They can do more. So people just got to embrace the new.
Right. And also you got to look at these offenses. They're all, these offenses all kind of look the same. Put the quarterback in the shotgun, spread out the receivers. There's not that many under center plays anymore unless it's unless they're gonna run the ball, and even that they run the ball out to some teams will run the ball out to shotgun. So
and
offense
too,
is changing.
I just feel like also too like they're trying to make the game safer as well.
Yeah.
So I just feel like that's also going to change some things.
Definitely.
So you know.
Well, Washington, they got rid of, the owner sold the team, Dan Snyder, who nobody liked, and all of a sudden they're flourishing.
Ain't there another Snyder out there doing weird stuff?
Probably.
Director?
Probably.
Oh, I didn't know if they was related.
Probably.
Oh, I didn't know if you knew about it. All right.
The Commanders have won their third game in a row, defeating the Giants 27-22. Daniel Jones stinks.
I ain't gonna lie.
He played well, but he stinks.
I ain't gonna lie though. For the first time in my life, I seen him pissed. When he snapped that dude, I was like, all right, Daniel, I ain't mad at you for that.
Took you long enough.
Yeah, too. But shout out to Washington, man.
Yeah.
When I was in DI with my teammates, he's a big Washington fan. I don't meet many of those. So
right.
So just imagine how the men reacted when I was in the room and they hit the Hail Mary tip. I got hit in the neck with a phone. The man was like, whoa.
Oh, you was out there when it happened?
Yeah.
Oh, stop.
Through the phone. Hit me in the neck. I'm sitting on the bed while they hit me in the neck. Luckily, all I felt was rubber because he had a case.
Right.
I didn't know what happened. I was on my phone, and I seen what happened. I go, oh, that's like a game winner. Now I see why I got hit in the neck with a phone. Chris, yo, he said, my bad. But now I see what, yeah, that was impressive. I ain't gonna lie.
That's funny. Oh, snap. That is funny, bro.
Phone across the room. Oh my God, what happened?
The fact that you even came across a Washington fan is a shocker in itself. Because, like you said, not many people come across many.
A Washington and Jacksonville fan.
Yo, that is hilarious. That is hilarious. But they're 7-2, top of the division. Jaden Daniels playing really good football. He continues to play well. Man, they found their mark. Shout out Magic Johnson. He's brought some of that magic good luck to.
Oh, he owned it?
He's one of the minority owners that bought this.
Do-do.
Yeah.
You said minority owner. It was like, so I just thought that was kind of funny. Also, shout out to Maurice, man. Maurice Butler, bro. That's my guy.
I know a couple more NFL. The Buffalo Bills, they defeat the Los Angeles Rams, which stole it from St. Louis. Defeated the Seahawks in overtime. The Rams were playing some good football. It looked bad early on in the season for them. It did. It looked really bad, but they kind of got it together now. They've won 3 in a row. Their guys, Cooper Kupp is back. Puka Nacua is healthy. All their offensive guys are back, and yeah, they're starting to play. They're starting to play good football. Good time for them too when November hits, because I thought they weren't gonna make the playoffs the way they was just looking.
I haven't seen much of the Rams, but when I do see them, they're doing productive things out there.
Yeah.
Staff is looking like he's back to his somewhat self.
Yeah, he's still doing Stafford stuff as far as like he's gonna give you some chances to pick him off. But yeah, he's getting to those guys. Cooper Kupp had 11 catches this past game. Puka Nacua got ejected. I think he swung at somebody. Yeah.
Did he swing on a guy with a helmet on? Like, how do you really get ejected in football? Because some of the things I see not getting ejected, and then when how do you really get ejected? Like,
yeah, I don't know. As Pedro plays this Buffalo Bills B-roll, they defeated the Dolphins in overtime 30-27. Geez, the Dolphins. What happened to them?
Guardian cap, not wanted. And it was made for him. Just saying. He almost died out there like 4 years ago. And you're going to say, you got to have the nerve to say something about a guardian cat where you desperately need. You need one inside your helmet and outside your helmet.
Yeah, they're 2-6 right now. They're just not good. I think people probably figured them out. It's kind of like, all right, we'll just put a safety up top, over the top of Tyreek, try to beat us underneath. Because he's not going to beat us. And it seems like they can't adjust to that.
They still got the 4 fastest guys like in the league on one team still, or they got moved around?
Yeah, they still got those Mostert, Waddle.
Hell, and there's one more, right?
Yeah, there's one more.
Maybe they're just having a bad year.
Yeah. Oh, and they got Odell Beckham's on the team too.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Now, question: is he even playing?
He had 3 catches.
Oh. Damn.
Right. How the mighty have fallen.
There's revolution. Grandma's boy. That's my movie.
The Bills, on the other hand, good. Hey, man. Right now, I think they like where they are because everybody's talking about the Chiefs and the Ravens. They're kind of flying under the radar right now. But for them, with me, you gotta show me in the playoffs because we've seen you have good records the last couple of years, and then when the playoff comes, y'all just.
Who you talking about?
The Bills.
Oh, I mean, he's not able to rely on Diggs. That sucks for Diggs, man.
Yeah, it does.
To get traded, your old team doing well, and you tear your body up.
Yeah.
Like, damn. But to Allen, he's now having to utilize all his weapons. So this might be a different Bills team, man, in the playoffs.
It might be, but just got to remind myself they are still the Bills. So whatever happens, hey man, it won't be a surprise to me. We about to go to +1. Did you see Dak? The camera caught him saying they're effing trash or they effing suck. Yeah, so he got hurt. Hamstring injury, so he's gonna be out for a little bit. But yeah, the camera got on him. He was just talking to him. He's like, "Yeah, we effing suck." And I'm like, "Well, self-awareness."
I mean, go with it. Say positive, my man. Jesus, like, remember, you gotta have a little bit of false confidence. You gotta be a little crazy. So like, yeah, you might know what you guys are, but you don't say that out when you know there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
Just don't say nothing.
It's just it.
Don't just say we got to get better.
Yeah, that too.
Because you can always get better. Anything can get better.
Yeah. All right, +1 interview. We got my man Joey Barrett. We're talking about high school football playoffs. And a fun fact, 4 out of the 5 teams made the playoffs this year. For football, 4 out of the 5 high schools, they made the postseason. Only Classical did not make it, but injuries got to them. So they've been those guys been hurt all year. So that's one of the reasons why they didn't have a chance to make a playoff push. But check this out with Joey. Then we're gonna come back. Hello and welcome to another edition of the +1 interview, and we are joined by Joey Barrett. He's zooming today. I guess election night took all his energy. He couldn't make it to the studio today. What's going on, man?
What's going on, my man? I'm sorry I couldn't be in studio today. It's been a busy day, busy week, but happy to talk some football.
And as you said, we're coming down to the final stretch pretty much. These next couple of weeks, we're in the home stretch of the high school football season. Playoffs kicking off this week. Man, it really flies by. It really flies by.
It flies by, but we had fun. We have, I can speak for you when I say we have very fun jobs. We're lucky to watch some great student athletes and some talented coaches put it all together to try to get some wins there on Friday nights. So I think we've got, 4 Lynn teams playing this week and 10 local teams if we're talking about the item zone. So we're excited.
Yeah, four out of the 5 schools in Lynn made it. I mean, the 5th one, they just had as the coach said, it's been injury-ridden. It's been an injury-riddled season for them, so that kind of took away any advantages that they would have had to have a chance to play. But they still competed hard the other day. I mean, Tyron Hunn, over 300 yards. So I had it at 356. I think they had officially. It was 365. I don't know. It was somewhere around there. But whatever. 350 plus yards on the ground, 4 touchdowns, 2 sacks on defense. One of the wildest football games I ever watched, and I've watched some wild ones the last 2 years.
Yeah, classical, even though it wasn't the season they wanted, there were a lot of things out of their control, of course. Injuries, you hate to see them across the board. And obviously they graduated some big names a year ago. But they fought hard. That's all you can ask from a character standpoint, a team effort standpoint, bonding standpoint. So a lot of their younger players will be back. And Tyron, the aforementioned Tyron, he's fantastic, one of the best players in the city of Lynn. He'll be back as well. So classical will be just fine, I think.
And they got a young quarterback now, freshman quarterback that they're now developing, who had a really good game against Somerville. So, yeah, they got a lot to look forward to. They could close out the season on a good note. They got Wakefield this week in a non-playoff game, so they could try to. And then Thanksgiving they got Lynn English, so they could try to close out this season on a good note, get some wins, and then get some momentum for next year. Playoffs though, we got, as you said, playoffs. Every one of the Lynn teams that are in are playing on Friday. 2 of them got to travel really, really far. Lynn Tech got to go to Carver. St. Mary's got to go all the way to Sandwich, which is, these drives are not easy. But first, Lynn Tech, they're going to Carver, who was in it last year, who made it to the state championship game last year. Cause they're coming off a tough loss to Neshoba, but Tech, what do you think they need to do to get this road win? Because that's not going to be an that's going to be a hard test for them, I should say. I can't even talk.
It's a very hard test, and I know it sounds simple, but the offense needs to at least stay on the field a solid amount of time and try to find the end zone 2 or 3 times, because the defense for Tech is fantastic, but it's facing a really powerful offense and the star power is on display. So if that offense can just stay on the field, rack up the time of possession, I think that's step number 1 for Tech.
And you don't want to put up another donut too, because that's back-to-back weeks that's not good. But I think I have faith in their players that they'll bounce back. But also, it's traveling too. It's like they gotta make sure when they get off that bus they're really ready for the game, because the travel is exhausting itself, and then getting ready for a game mode. I talked to somebody about this yesterday. It's just that long travel that really gets you in these types of games in the first quarter.
Yeah, whether that's, stretching on the bus, listening to music, having a snack, do something to get in the right frame of mind and get off the bus ready to go. And I'm sure Coach Runner will have them dialed in. He knows how to deliver a good speech, I think. I know from hearing him as we are about to interview him sometimes. But I think Tech try to stay on the field, limit those star opponents, and try to put some points on the board.
Definitely. St. Mary's, they're going into this playoff game fully healthy. Everybody's there. Last year, it wasn't the case. Last year, they went in there semi-healthy. So this year, they have their team is really solid this year. They had a tough battle last week against Bishop Feheen. Bishop Feeheen's was a tough team to play, especially going out there. But it was still somewhat of a game, even though they didn't put up no points. But it was still a game for the majority of it. Now they're going all the way to Sandwich. I think the St. Mary's, that running game really has to make its impact in this game early on to give them a chance, because once again, road games are tough.
Yeah, speaking of the Bishop Feheen game, that team has kind of turned itself into a little powerhouse in Attleboro, and St. Mary's was only down 6 at halftime. Was it a 13-0 final, I believe? And I think if it's not broken, don't fix it. You don't have to change anything for St. Mary's. They've got the 3-headed monster at running back, Koutsaflakis and Merriman and Maxwell Parent. They're all physical. They're all passionate. They're going to come to play. And it's the 9 seed versus the 8 seed. I'm not just saying it, but, it's not a toss-up. I don't know. But I think that St. Mary's just needs to do its thing. They've got the pieces. They've got the depth. They've got the coach. And they've got the experience. I mean, Tyler Guy, for example, he's going to come ready to go. He's been there before. So we'll see.
I agree with that, and then they got the coaching. The coach, like, as you said, the coaching experience. Coach Driscoll, he's had plenty of deep playoff runs during his time at St. Mary's, so he'll definitely have those guys ready to go. But yeah, I'm interested to see how they bounce back, because this is a really good football team in a Division 6 that is wide open. There's no clear-cut favorite in that division, so anything can go in that division.
Yeah, I would love to see a St. Mary's Linfield matchup if we're lucky. Just we know those teams very well, and I remember those two teams played each other at Manning Field, I think 2 years ago, and St. Mary's escaped. But that would be kind of a dream matchup. But let's go game by game. You're right.
All right, next up we have Lynn English going to Reading. Reading, looking up on them. They're a team that scores 36 points per game. They give up around like 12 or 13 points a game, but English is a team that scores around 26, 28 points per game. This might be a shootout, but this is a lot of the guys for the English guys, this is all their first time in the postseason, so there might be a little playoff jitters to start early on, which is normal. But I think once these guys settle into this game, I think they have a fighting chance, because the seniors really want to have an impact. They really want to leave an impact, and they feel like this is their time to showcase something. And what better way to do it in the playoffs against the 1 seed?
Absolutely. The 1 seed is a tough hill to climb, but like you said, the experience is tough. It's not like St. Mary's, where they've had it year after year. But I think it's all mental in this one, because you don't want to be intimidated. You either want to block out the noise if that's your alley, or you want to embrace it and fire yourself up if that's the other alley you prefer. But I don't think English fans need to worry about that. I think Coach Tyler McDonald has been there before, so he can, I think, spread some of that down and have those Bulldog players in the right state of mind. I think on the field, just contain fundamentals and play England English football, because it's been working this season.
Definitely, and also the Bulldogs running game. This is playoffs. Playoffs is when the running game really needs to establish itself. These types of games, especially if you want to keep that offense off the field. Reading is a spread offense. They like to throw that ball, and then they like, when late in the game, they like to run that thing. So if you can establish a running game, control the clock, and enough big plays from your guys, I think the Bulldogs will give themselves a chance to win this one.
Yeah, I see this one going into the second half. I think, like you said, just you can't go round after round if you only know how to run or you only know how to pass. I think at this level, in these tournaments, in the postseason, you really need to do both. I think English has the ability to do both, so we'll see Friday night.
And then lastly, Kip Academy, they are hosting Bourne here at Manning Field Friday at 5 p.m. Kip Academy, they bounced back after the overtime loss to Neshoba with a really good offensive outing against Whittier Tech. Eli Machado, he had a big day passing and running the ball over 100 yards on the ground. He passed the ball really well. Kip's offense looked really good, and that's the type of momentum you need going into the playoffs, especially when you come off a loss. You want to get a good end of season game to get yourself that rhythm when the playoffs first round.
Yeah, I don't know what Coach Jim Rabbit's telling these guys, but a slow start does not haunt them at all. Their Super Bowl season, they started 1-2. I think this year it was 0-2, if I'm correct. And they've really just bounced back. They've got all the momentum, and now it's just about executing. They've got the pieces. I think Machado has some experience under his belt now. It'll be a little different in the postseason, but football's football. Just play your game, and I'm excited for Kip. I personally see them coming out on top, but we'll have to see.
See, and one thing they also have going in their favor is they're not the one doing the long travel. Bourne is the one doing the long travel, so this benefits them. It's a 5 o'clock game, so yeah, that afternoon traffic coming to Lynn from a far distance, it might take a while. So Kip has that to their advantage, and Kip, I noticed they started running the ball a bit more. Danny Ortiz, I believe is his name. He's been the big back. He's been effective, and then Jose Echeverria on the outside. He's also been really effective. The go-to guy for Machado. Those guys have really stepped up late in the season.
Yeah, Danny Ortiz, great kid, by the way, very polite, and I liked interviewing him a lot when he had his 2-touchdown game in his debut. That was a lot of fun. But back to just the team aspect, I really don't want to complicate my approach to kind of breaking this game down, because I think you just want to play confident, you want to play physical, and I think they know what they have to do. Coach Rabbit's going to have them in the right state of mind. So a very, very winnable game for Kip, and they've got home field, like you said, coming off the bus. It won't be easy for the opposition, so I'll be at that one, by the way. Mark's going to be covering English versus Reading. I think just with us two, I think the others might be a little far with all of them going on at the same time. But Kip and English, we're excited for both of them. It's a fun time for football in Lynn.
Definitely a great time. These games are all Fridays. Apparently, all the playoff games are Friday. I think there's like one Thursday game that I saw, which is, they could have spread them out Thursday and Friday, but whatever. Make sure you go. If you're in the area, Kip Academy at Manning Field, 5 o'clock. I know everybody's going to go support their respective schools, so make sure you go out there wherever you're going. Be safe. English is at Reading, 7 p.m. kickoff. St. Mary's Sandwich is a 7 p.m. kickoff, and Lynn Tech and Carver, that's a 7 p.m. kickoff. So all of them going at the same time, so make sure you go out there. But yeah, we're excited. We're in the home stretch of things here.
Absolutely. No, thank you another week for having me on and having a blast. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Also, any articles up, predictions or anything they going up?
Yeah, predictions will be out in Friday morning's paper. We're going to have some coverage at Lynn English's Hall of Fame ceremony tomorrow evening. So this is Wednesday we're recording, so Thursday evening. And full state tournament coverage, not just football. We've got soccer and field hockey and everything. So, itemlive.com.
I'll be at that ceremony. I might be there taking pictures. You never know. Watch the Plus One interview. Have a good one. We are back. Let's get you updated on what's been going on. The Dodgers won their second World Series in 4 years. They won it in 2020 during the COVID season, and now they defeated the Yankees 4-1. Man, this was Mookie Betts got his third ring. Mookie Betts, who's still a Red Sox favorite, even though the Red Sox were cheap and didn't want to pay him. But Red Sox Nation still supports him. I think Freddie Freeman got MVP for the World Series.
Yeah, because he went from there all the way over there. He didn't go from here up there 4 hours away. He didn't do that. Similar colors, yeah, but he didn't do that, though.
Shout out to the Dodgers. Hey, it's been, once again, Magic Johnson got some ownerships in the Dodgers, so he added.
He still own them too?
Yeah. So
quick question. Who does he own now?
He's got the Dodgers. He's got Washington. I think there might be an NBA team he got a stake in.
He ain't got no change in the Lakers? He's just like the spokesperson for them because he's...
Yeah, he don't rock with the Lakers like that after, that little, when he was the GM.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
They was trying to do some foul stuff towards him behind the scene. I don't think he really rocks with the Lakers like that. Yo, he's got a lot of stakes in a lot of stuff. Let's just put it that way. What Magic does.
Hope it's well done.
Yes, smart businessman.
Hope it's not rare.
Yeah. But the Dodgers though, you know, they signed Ohtani to that big deal.
Yeah, they did.
Delivers the World Series for them, and he wasn't even pitching this year.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Is he considered like one of the greatest?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, for him to just be in the league for a short amount of time, for him to do so much pitching, then this man is cracking home runs. Like, I totally forgot he didn't pitch this year.
He might get back on them, but he might be pitching again. He might be pitching again next year.
For what? Save your body.
When you just that talented.
Actually, because, if you throw your shoulder out after some years, you can still do all that.
Yeah.
But you really can't. Oh, he don't play the outfield. He's DH, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So they still got that?
Yeah.
I thought they going to force everybody to hit.
Yeah, but... And plus, when you pitching, you don't play... It's like you pitch like...
Every 4 or 5 days, right? Something like that.
Yeah. So, but their investment has paid dividends.
Yeah, it did.
It has paid off. So,
Yeah, it did.
Red Sox, I hope y'all take note. Stop being so damn cheap and pay these people. Y'all don't have a salary cap. Y'all don't got a salary cap and they still want to be cheap.
We got Northeast Energy. That's the salary cap. All the hate that you be getting. What? You can't pay him. You know, everybody got opinions about how much people should be getting paid when you ain't doing the job at all.
I like that Northeast Energy.
Come on, bro. You cheap out here, dog. Spit on paper by accident.
Oh my gosh. NFL trade deadline, I think it was yesterday, took same place at the same time as the election. Not many big moves. Brian Burns of the Panthers, he's gotten traded. The Lions picked up a defensive lineman, Zendarius Smith, just because they don't have a pass rush right now, so they need.
There was a wide receiver picked up, and nobody was happy about it. I don't know what the issue is, but nobody was happy about this pickup.
Patriots traded Josh Uche to the Chiefs for some draft picks. There was not many big moves, but there were some moves that were made, not any drastic ones. So, some contenders made some moves, and Christian McCaffrey's coming back. He's been out for a while, but whatever. Quincy Jones passed away. Let's mention that. But Quincy Jones passed away at the age of 91. Quincy Jones is like the music soundtrack for a lot of people. A lot of us, too. Quincy Jones is responsible for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He's responsible for Thriller. But
he ain't beat out Vera. 96, baby.
Oh, yeah. And Quincy Jones, Mr. No Filter, he's really no filter. Some of the interviews he's done in the past, it's really hilarious. But, hey, man, 91's a long time. Over 5 decades in music.
That's a full life, man.
Yeah.
That's a full life, so.
Yeah, so.
Condolences to him and his family.
But if it wasn't for him, we would have gotten a lot of classic music. So, hey, man. You can die, but your legacy could never die.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got? College basketball kicked off on Monday, and me and you was talking about how they don't do the 24-hour college basketball marathon. Me and Paige were talking about it earlier too.
Yeah, it blew my mind.
Yeah, which is trash. But there was an upset. UCF defeated Texas A&M. There was a court storming on it.
I don't really consider that an upset.
Right, they got Dior Johnson, Mikey Williams on there.
He barely play.
Oh, yeah?
Them freshmen barely play.
Oh.
Then they got the other, this transfer from, George Mason? I forgot his name, Keyshawn or something? He's a tall guy. He's like a wing.
Oh, okay.
He stopped. He's a sophomore, junior. Nah, I don't think that was an upset, man. But I get it, ranks and being ranked and not ranked.
And UCF, though, they don't beat anybody.
No, they gonna stop though.
They are. They got a squad. Derek Queen, I think that's his name, had 2020.
Yeah.
2020. That's the first freshman since Joe Smith to do that.
A lot of freshmen killing.
Yeah.
A lot of freshmen. Homeboy from Texas, obviously.
Oh,
Cooper.
yeah. Cooper had 18.
That other boy, though, Duke, though, the slow-mo. He can shoot that thing. And he big. He ain't no small guy.
What's
He's
his
like
name?
6'7". I forgot his name, though.
Last name starts with a K, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark Few's son, man. Somebody said nepotism gone wrong, but geez.
I mean,
They was already beating the brakes off Baylor, but geez, Louise, man.
that was welcome to college.
That was a life lesson right
Is he a
there.
freshman? He a freshman?
Nah, I don't think so. He'll walk on.
Oh, I mean, his dad gave him a taste of that. He got a taste of some real legit comp. Like, BJ, woo!
Don't jump. That's what he learned. Don't jump.
Especially with him.
Yeah.
He gonna be dunking on a lot of people this year.
Yeah, I don't think he watched the YouTube. I don't think
He ain't watching with
all the
Melo.
ball is life
He
mixtape.
ain't watching with Cayenne all last season.
Right. I guess not, because, yeah.
VJ, he dumb athletic too.
Yeah, because when I was at a loss of words at first when it happened. I had to rewind it. I was like, because I didn't even know what to say.
You wouldn't, and most people didn't expect that to happen towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
But you still got them out there, and he's like, oh no, you got us playing the bench?
Yeah.
Have at it.
But Baylor, they had to do something because nothing was going right for them that game.
Yeah, man, they gotta play my guy Jason a lot more, man.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to all the Lynn guys that are playing hoop, that are, getting their college career started or continuing their college careers. A lot of guys are playing. Ademide they played Tennessee.
Okay, how do you do?
I don't know. I didn't see it. I think it was on the SEC network.
Okay.
But all our Lynn guys that are in college right now, good luck to them on this college season. You'll see. Next week I'll be at Salem State. They're playing Emerson.
What day?
Tuesday.
I'm a roll.
Yeah,
I'll roll.
Yeah, and then you'll see us at some college games this year.
Yes, you will.
Boxing update, Pedro. What we got?
Well, this weekend, Jerron Boots Innes is actually fighting this guy. I don't know his name, to be honest with you, but Chukjian, something like that.
Texian.
Something like that. There it is. You know,
I can't even pronounce that last name.
again, it's one of those
Which one is it?
Boots.
boots against the one on the bottom.
Oh.
I mean, all those things again.
Chugga.
You know what I mean? Guys that they're not well known.
Yeah. Is Boots Eastern European?
What is it?
Is
Nah, that's not his name.
Oh.
Boots Ennis. He's talking about the
Oh,
other dude.
my bad.
I know Boots.
The co-main event is actually
Is he from Eastern European? Is he Eastern European?
Chuk Zayan.
something like that. Yeah,
How's that sound?
I don't think that's not the correct how you just pronounce it.
Well, whatever.
That kind of low key looks like a Street Fighter, like before the fight thing right there. That's dope, though.
So he's talking about actually moving up to 154 because there's nothing really for him at 147. So
Oh yeah, babe.
you know you have a lot of guys at 154 that could be perhaps better for him in terms
Yeah.
of competition. But I don't know, this type of fights, man. They don't.
Yeah, they don't move the needle.
No, they don't.
They don't move the needle at all.
Just doing it because it's what's in this. Other than that,
Yeah.
we wouldn't be talking about it.
And this is why you gotta organize better fights. There should be no dry months, no dry spells, no dry anything throughout boxing, ever in boxing. There's so many boxers out here. Come on.
I mean, the next big fight, Mike Tyson obviously against Jake Paul. You know, exhibition fight.
I don't know if I'm watching that.
I ain't watching that. I ain't watching.
It's all right, you know.
I mean,
Not when you know that it's not gonna be like genuine.
Right, it's true, yeah.
I need to see somebody get the brakes beat off them. I'm not trying to see no close fight when you know it never would be close in real life. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I know what you're saying, Tom, man. There's no excitement right now.
Nah, nothing at all.
Well, shoot, Joel Embiid was fighting. He put the hands on
How
him.
they got to suspend that man when they irresponsible about giving guys press passes? You don't disrespect nobody. You can barely get press passes, but you give somebody disrespecting somebody and then give them the press pass?
Yeah, that article he wrote, like, put it this way. If I'm Joel Embiid, I'm reading the article, I see my son's name and I see my brother's name.
That's all that.
And my brother passed away, and you mentioned that. I ain't reading nothing else. And there was a thing, I mean, I was listening to a podcast, they pointed out, like that columnist, he could have left it at a certain points when he was trying to make his point, and it would have been fine, but then he added on with bringing up, the family.
Oh, all right. See, I thought they meant like he spoke about the family and that was his point. But I'm like, bro, you don't mention nobody's names and nothing. Like, who are you to even question about legacies and all this? I don't even like being asked questions at work by adults and they expect me to answer. Like, who you talking to? Like, it's just certain, you know what I mean? Like, and I'll be honest, he better than me. And B should have slapped him. You gonna get suspended? Give him 5 across the face.
Yeah. So that happened. I think Rudy Gobert got dunked on and almost got in a fight with Christian Braun.
See, nah, man, I don't like that because you see what he did when a real one stepped to him. I'm just saying. Don't do that on Braun, man.
No, I think.
Oh, Braun, my bad.
Here's the thing, though. I think Rudy probably would have been so mad if Braun didn't just wasn't going towards his face screaming. That's probably what he got annoyed by, because you already dunked on me. Now you in my face screaming and stuff.
But yo, did you see the other angle? Braun wasn't even looking at him. He wasn't even looking at him. Like, granted, you hear? Braun's like here yelling, but you're walking to him. Come on, Rudy, you ain't put your hands on nobody your whole career, and all of a sudden you gonna pick on Braun.
He French though.
But then Westbrook came up, you want to flinch.
He French though.
And I get it. He been taking them classes. He want to show people, but like, pick on somebody that's been picking on you your whole career. Do that to them big men that been killing you this season so far, because now you're by yourself, and they've been destroying you. Am I wrong? Man. They make it a point to go at him this season, bro.
I mean, Rudy people just gonna over amplify everything with Rudy. So.
Nah, definitely. But my thing is, like, out of all the people that pick at you, you gonna go with Brown? Like, come on, bro. Like, and Brown was just screaming because he was excited. He wasn't even saying nothing to you.
Hey, man, he got dunked on. He get yelled at in national TV. He's like, forget this, man.
But if you're gonna do that to him, you supposed to handle Westbrook when he run up on you like that. Man. Same energy, right? I mean, we know Westbrook, Tasmanian devil. Yeah. We know he'll jump on, but I'm just saying, you gotta have that same energy, though. That's all I'm asking. Don't ever let no man make you flinch on national television. At least fake the funk.
Hey, we just gotta have Celebrity Deathmatch come back.
Yo, they really need that, because I ain't gonna lie, that's one of my favorite shows, man.
That's basically what needs to happen. Bring back Celebrity Deathmatch, and they can settle all these.
But remember, we live in a world now where people can't tell you know what I mean? They'll really be trying to kill celebrities. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got some weirdos in this world nowadays that just can't leave it at the clay fighters. They want to actually hurt somebody.
Yeah. Let's go to these interviews. We gonna come back. Oh, Rudy, man. If you weren't French, they probably wouldn't be so looking forward to embarrass you all the time. But you French.
He named after a Huxtable.
Check out these interviews. Interviews highlights. We gonna come back and wrap it up. All right, Coach. That concludes this part of the season. Playoffs is next week. A little back and forth first half. It was close, 14-14. What changed in that second half? It seemed like you guys picked it up defensively.
I think we did pick it up defensively. I thought we tackled better there in the second half. We were able to kind of run the ball and control the line of scrimmage in the second half, and it was a good half, so good win as we go into the playoffs here.
Jefferson, Caden, Jude, those guys all had a good game. Just what can you say about those guys and how they were focused there?
Yeah, they've done well most of the year. We played a very aggressive schedule, and 5-3 is 5-3. We wish it was better, but it is what it is. But the guys have played well the last handful of weeks, and I thought the guys you mentioned had a good night tonight, so that was good.
And you mentioned it earlier in the season, those early season games. You felt like you said those were going to prepare you for what the run you guys are preparing to go on now. What did you see from you guys to close out the season and as you guys prepare for the playoffs?
Well, I don't think anyone has played a better schedule than we have, and I do think we're prepared. I mean, obviously, we're going to look at the film tonight, and there's things that we'd like to do better at, but I think we're ready, and the guys are playing hard, and they're playing with confidence, so that's what we want as we go into November here.
All right, Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you, brother.
All right, Coach, this was a big bounce-back game for you guys. Defensively, the defense didn't let them get a lot of momentum, seems like, from that beginning. But what did you see from those guys today?
Yeah, I thought as a group, all 11 just flying around to the ball. They couldn't run the ball. We shut down the run, made them one-dimensional. Their quarterback's very talented. They're a talented team. But I thought our defense really stepped up. I thought offensively as well, we did a lot of really good things. We missed some things that, had we have hit it, it would have been a bigger score early and could have put it away a little bit earlier. But you know, the response from last week was huge. When you get knocked down, it's important to see you guys get back up, and the resiliency shown was great to see out of the group.
The ground game today, it was really effective today. Multiple guys was gaining big yards. Jordan with the big touchdown right there. Jeff, he had some big runs, and Luis Garcia. Was that just one of your biggest emphasis coming into this one, is get that ground game back to where it needs to be?
Yeah, we needed to get back to winning the line of scrimmage. Last week we lost the line of scrimmage both sides, and I thought tonight it was pretty decisive on both sides that we were able to handle the line of scrimmage and win that part of the game, which was huge. So we always put a premium on line play. That's never going to change, and it was great to see us step up.
Playoffs next week, you find out who you play. This is that time. Everyone's excited. But as you guys are prepared for the playoffs, as a coach, how do you is it easier to coach them up after a game that you guys had last week where you see the things that you did wrong coming into a game?
I understand what you mean by that, but it was not an easy week by any stretch. It was very difficult. You know, that's a bitter pill. That's a hard one to swallow, and it was hard. I think earlier in the week, the kids were in their feelings a little bit. They were, you know, just beat up mentally more than anything, and we grinded through it. We worked through it. I think they understood what they had to do, and as the week went, we kind of started to ascend and had a really good feeling going in that we were going to play well. And you know, it's their preparation, it's their toughness, their mental toughness was on display tonight, and it was great to see.
All right, Coach. Congratulations on the win, and good luck in the playoffs.
I appreciate it, Mook. Thanks for coming out.
All right, fellas, you guys got the win. The defense pitched the shutout. What was working defensively?
Him. It's all me on defense. It's Nico, it's Bryce, Makai, it's everybody. The D-line helped too, like a lot.
Yeah, how are you guys able to slow them down?
I mean, we worked hard at practice and probably watched a lot of film and stuff.
Bryce, 2 touchdowns. It was 0-0, then you broke away that touchdown. Did you feel like that changed the momentum?
Yes, very much. It changed the momentum, because it was 0-0 for the whole first half, and then once I broke it free, it just felt like no one was gonna catch me, and I just got it.
All right, how good do you guys feel to get this win and get that trophy?
I mean, this is my first trophy I've ever gotten tackle, so I feel really good.
All right, and Bryce, for you?
I feel fired up.
All right, fellas, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, fellas, that wraps up pretty much what was probably one of the hardest scheduled seasons for you guys. I mean, what kind of changed in that second half? It was back and forth that first half, but what did you guys adjust? What were adjustments made, I should say, in the second half?
I would say, we went down, we talked to our O-line, told them we need to start running the ball. We were getting a little lackadaisical up front, so yeah, we were running the ball, just really punching it down their throat. So
I think we just needed the motivation from our coaches, and once they talked to us, we knew we had to do the right thing and actually execute and finish the game off.
Senior night, Jefferson.
Senior night's a big night for me.
2 touchdowns for you, a big day on the ground. Just how were you feeling out there today?
Senior night, I didn't want this to be my last time playing at the Vet. This was big for seeding to get another home game in the playoffs, so I had to make sure I executed tonight, make sure the team was in the best position possible to win this game.
As you guys said, as I said earlier, you guys had a hard schedule, but now you're waiting for who you guys play in the playoffs. How do you feel like those early games helped you guys down the stretch? Do you guys feel like you guys were starting to hit the stride that you need to close out the season?
Absolutely. I think we got better as the season went on. Those 3 games in the beginning of the season were great for our confidence later in the season. We knew we had tough opponents, and we were looking into the beginning when we entered the season. And we know we could stay close with those guys, even though we had a few downsides, but we've been better than we ever have been. And we're a team that you don't want to see in the playoffs.
I would also say, like, playing those 3 games early on in the season, like Jefferson said, that's a huge confidence booster. Seeing that we can play in an 8-point game with Zavarian, a close game with the prep. So, those games just prepped us for this, and, we're going to the playoffs with a full head of steam.
All right, fellas, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
All right, Jordan, you guys bounced back in a big way today. You guys shut them out. It seemed like there was a big emphasis on the run game today. What was working in the run game today that didn't quite work last week?
Mentality. Like, we fixed everything we needed to fix during practice, and we put in work. We put in hours, and we just, every single day, every single practice, we put in work, and we got our minds right. So we were focused this game.
Yeah, what can you say about your defense, the effort they put up today, pitching a shutout, not really letting those guys get anything going? What can you say about them that gave you guys the momentum you needed offensively?
I give love. I respect those boys. My first year here, they're great. They're a great teammate. They're great athletes, and they always show up. They always show up no matter what. So I respect them. I trust them.
You had that big run, 46 yards. Can you walk me through that? What did you see on that?
So basically, I saw opening. I saw the linebacker Phil made a move, cut outside. He tried to push me out of bounds, stayed inside, and just kept running. Took it.
Lastly, you guys got the playoffs next week. Find out who you play. How excited are you guys to get this journey to get to Gillette? And also, how did you not let last week's game affect the way you guys came in to prepare for this week?
So first of all, we're very excited. We're going to obviously put in time and focus on this week's game coming up, whoever it is. We're going to put in work. We're going to focus on them, and then it's every step at a time. And we didn't let last week's game affect us because we put that game behind us, and we started to focus more and put in more reps at practice, and we just gave it 100% every single time.
All right, man. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, fellas. This was a crazy game, to say the least. You guys thought the game's over. They get that. Can you guys just describe this game?
Yeah, the season hasn't been what we wanted to. Going here, going to be 2-5. That's just a record. That's not who we are. I feel like this team been through a lot of injury, but I'm happy about the guys I have right now. Pushing in every day, going to practice, doing their schoolwork every day. I'm proud of this guy, freshman here, Jamari. Yeah, I'm proud he stepped out as a quarterback. Not much freshman quarterback can step the way he did. And I'm so glad these guys fought the whole quarter through with me, not just me, with me and the whole Rams.
Jamari, man, yeah. Getting thrown out there, a lot of injuries, but you got your opportunity. First of all, what was it like for you, especially in that last moment in overtime?
It was crazy. I knew I had to go full speed, go all hard, work for my brothers, do it for my brothers, and win this game for them.
What did it take for you guys to push through and get this done?
It took hard work, a lot of hard work at practice, 100%, always running, drinking water, all that. Just keep going hard, work hard.
Yeah, also to add on that is, a lot of big commitment because, dudes can't really be doing what, as football players do. It's a mental thing, it's a physical thing. Most at this time of the season, most people quit because, it's too difficult, but I'm very glad people and my brothers on this team right now, they're very committed to this program.
Tyron, you had about over 300 yards on the ground today, man. You had 3 big runs for you. What was working in the ground game? I know that's the big identity for the team, but what were you seeing out there?
Man, all I just see, was green, daylight, open field. This is what I've been working for off season to put a start. Even though I had a, season-ending injury in my sophomore year, that gave me motivation to push forward. Going to camps, going here, putting this field, putting in work. This is what I want to show off. All this off-season work I've done to personally, help me. And yeah, like a couple games, it's been rough, but. You just gotta keep your head up and just keep pushing. Not every game's gonna be a good game. You just gotta keep your head up and just keep pushing.
All right, fellas, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Coach, that first half, you guys ended the first half on a run to build a lead, create some separation. Then you guys kicked off the second half with a 6-0 run to kick it off, and then they called a timeout. Is that ideal how you want to end that half and how you want to start the half?
Yeah, that was the middle eight. Obviously, the middle eight of the game is important. The last 4 minutes, you want to establish something going in the locker room. They made that long three at the end. It was contested and it was long. And so we, hey, pat him on the butt. Good job for him. We contested it. So we wasn't really discouraged by that. I just thought the second half we got it to 17 points. The momentum was going our way. And there was a couple calls, block charge. We had a charge go against us for a layup, and then we had another one where we actually thought we took the charge, and they got an and one. So, there was a few things happening in the game. A lack of soundness by our part on some decisions with some of the shots we took that allowed them to take that game from 17 back down to like 11 points. But we were on the verge of really opening that game up. And that was good to see. We got to keep working towards it, and maybe we'll be able to do that as we continue to grow our team.
43 rebounds, 14 offensive. You guys win the rebounding battle. You get to the free throw line 28 times. Those like the little things and details that helps you guys when you guys play more physical teams.
Yeah, I mean that's who we strive to be. We want to be physical. We want to be tough if we can. We want to hang our hat on that, have some grit to us. We did it tonight, and we just got to continue to try to build on it.
Chad, it seemed like late in that first half, you got yourself very aggressive on the offensive end, and it seemed like that lingered into the second half where you was getting touches inside and either getting fouled, getting to the line again. And Bucky, was that just the guys finding you? Or?
Yeah, just we were exploring matchups, and it started to find me more. We started to look inside more. My teammates just kept giving me the ball.
Donald, second half, your jump shot started to fall too, and then you got more aggressive on the defensive board. Was that you just got that once you saw one go, and then everything else just started coming for you?
Right. It's really just trusting your work. I know all the work I put in, all the hours I put in, so it's just I knew eventually it was going to fall. So I just kept shooting. And coach told me to keep me aggressive. My teammates told me to keep me aggressive, so that's what I did.
Yeah, for both of you guys, 11 free throws each, 28 as a team. Is there like what are the target ranges for you guys just to? For the free throw attempts, you guys get up there in like the 20s.
Most definitely. Coach preaches to us SPP, sprint, pitch ahead, paint. We have a box in practice, and we try to get to the box as much as possible, and it worked today. And practice is hard. We be in a gap, we be fouling, when we play a different opponent, the refs out there, it's a different outcome.
It's time for the top 10 plays from last week's high school football action. At number 10, we go to Manning Field, where Somerville quarterback Sam D'Souza throws it up to Marcos Pineda, and he goes up over the defender and snatches it for a Highlanders touchdown. At number 9, we go to St. John's Prep, where quarterback Chris Vargas finds wide receiver Pearson Scala, who reels it in for a 46-yard Eagles touchdown in their win over BC High. At number 8, it is Central Catholic quarterback Caden Smith, who rolls out and he throws it in the back of the end zone, where he finds Drew O'Keefe, who's able to get his feet down for a Red Raiders touchdown. At number 7, it is St. John's Prep running back Jordan Toribia, who takes the carry. He breaks one tackle, hits the sideline, and he's off for a 46-yard touchdown run for the Eagles. At number 6, it is Lynn Classical running back Tyron Hunt, who takes the carry. He cuts back and he shows off the speed as he goes 51 yards to pay dirt for a Rams touchdown. At number 5, we go back to St. John's Prep, and this time it's quarterback Chris Vargas, who finds Merrick Barlow, who goes up. Looks like he drops it, but he's able to corral the ball for an acrobatic catch for the Eagles. At number 4, once again, it is Lynn Classical running back Tyron Hunt, who takes the carry, who gets a good blocks, and he makes one guy miss, and the rest is history as he goes for 69 yards for a Rams touchdown in their win over Somerville. At number 3, it is Chelmsford quarterback Ryan Hart, who drops back and he throws it up to Jake Brooks, who reels in the catch, and he walks into the end zone for an Indians touchdown. At number 2, once again, it is Lynn Classical running back Tyron Hunt, who takes the carry, gets a bunch of blocks, makes one guy miss. He's off for 80 yards to the house. Hunt would finish the day with over 300 yards on the ground. And at number 1, we go back to Manning Field in a wild one between Lynn Classical and Somerville. Somerville down a touchdown. Ryan Lewis takes the kickoff late in the fourth quarter. He goes right up the seam. Nobody touches him. 80 yards to the house for Somerville. They tied up the game. All right, and we are back. We are coming to the end of this program, this week's episode. Oh, yo.
What's up?
What's with these drill rappers? Why are they, like, incriminating themselves? Like, why are they so, like, openly like that? I be watching these random videos on YouTube about, like, just the New York drill kids and how they just openly committing crimes and putting it in their rhymes, and then always live streaming where they at. And
because nobody drilled in their head to do your dirt all by your lonely and keep it to yourself. And remember, this is the generation of just like exposing everything you do, just telling people all your business.
Yeah.
They don't like secrets anymore. Legit, like society just hates not being in the know of everything nowadays.
Yeah.
I don't get it, bro.
I don't get it either, because I'm like, bro, y'all are rapping, making money, but y'all still want to.
But also, too, remember how much the police had to work to do their job now. So now they reprogram people to just tell on themselves, and people don't even realize they're doing it.
Yeah. So, you drill rappers. Ooh, man, some of them in jail right now. They're going to be away for a long time.
And, like, you can have an imagination with rapping. That's why it's called entertainment. It don't got to be straight like A&E,
right?
You know what I mean? Like Jesus, like you could like embellish some things so it's not as detailed, so you're not getting incriminated and you're not getting arrested and charged with RICO and all this crazy stuff.
In other words, this is why the rappers we grew up on are better than the rappers y'all are growing up on, because 1, they're free.
This is true.
2, they can still tour off their music because, 1, we can understand them and they know how to put on a show. That's one thing I got from that. But happy birthday, my dad, 67 today.
Oh,
yeah.
Shout out, Big Move.
Yeah, he might.
That's not his name, but.
No, it's not. He might be making another kid as we speak.
As he should.
My dad wild, but yeah, happy birthday to him. We'll see you guys.
That man walk around with mistletoe.
We'll see you guys next week. Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
mama. Hey, mama.
This year we won't have a show around this Thanksgiving time because Pedro need his time off. He be doing a lot, so he need his time off. But just to give y'all a heads up. But we're out of here.